to show you how you're going to work with your photos in the Apple Photos application on your Mac. First thing I want you to realize is I'm at the very top of my 30,000 image library here, and it goes all the way down on this page to 1940. So that's what you're seeing from 1920 to 1940. So as I scroll down, you're going to see those dates change. And these were just pictures of my mom and dad when I scanned them in. And now 1948 appears because that's when they got married. All right, that's real common sense stuff. As we scroll down, the dates change. Whoop-de-doo. Up at the top, let's talk about this right here. We're looking at both libraries. I have a personal library, which is where I want everything, and a shared library where I maybe shared a few things. In this case, I shared pictures of the Christmas holiday last year with my family. Kind of makes sense. But I want to look at both libraries just to eliminate any confusion and I don't miss anything. Across the top here, we have a little bit of thumbnail changeability, if that's such a word. Now you can see I have some white space and I can increase the size of those images. Again, it's all cosmetic, how you want to look at your photos. Maybe you don't want to see that gap between the photos. You want to see more photos, okay? And you want to see them larger, or you want to see them really small, like wallpaper. What's nice about this view, you can quickly jump to a year and maybe a month. That's pretty cool. But we want to see a little bit more space there. Across the top, we have years. I can see them by year, from the oldest down to the newest. We can see them by month, in a year. Scrolling down again, always at the bottom is the newest. And then once again, all photos that you saw earlier when we first get here. All right, that's the first thing. Looking how you can adjust the view of your photos. When you click on a photo, tap it, and then you can click on the information of that photo when it was taken. If it had a name, a tag you might want to give it, if there are any faces. Maybe I want to scroll over to the right. Here you go. Here I made a photo collage and I did facial recognition of those people that I recognize, and it added their name. Here's an example, another collage. Little fun with the family, what's going on here. I won't bother to explain it to you. So if there's a face there, it's going to do its best to identify what it is. That's the New York City Central Park Bow Bridge. Again, various things. Press the escape key on your keyboard and you're back out of there. There we are. Maybe I want to do a search on somebody. Maybe I want to do a search on Matthew, my son. There he is. By the person, the word Matthew in text. Think about that. It can show you where the word Matthew is in text. And here I have an album of Matthew. I guess this was his 8th birthday party. Let me see all of them. Wow, look at all those albums I have Matthew. Here you go. That's doing a search. Let's say you have a photo. Let's take this as a beautiful little dog. This is Jane's little dog, Kinsey. If I open it up, I can share it. And if I tap again, no, you're not going to. There we go. It's loading. Try it again. I closed it. There we are. So I can share it with people, add it to an album. I'm not going to go into all the details, but that's my share button. This is that letter I button. That's informational. This will get information about the photo, and because it's a canine, it recognizes it. It shows me where the photo was taken, and I'm going to click on it, and you'll see it is a Shelton sheepdog. Wow, that is impressive. Click away, close the information tab, and then we can make it a favorite. I can flip it over, and it would be an Australian sheepdog because it's from down under. Stop laughing. I know, I got to amuse myself, and I do it one more times. I can do an automatic color adjustment a little bit before. Command Z is the undo. Remember, Command Z undoes. Command, do it again, and undo again. Edit. Maybe I want to do something different with it. Under Edit, I have all these options across the top. Because I'm in Adjust, I have all these options to change the way she looks. That's pretty nice right there. Maybe I want to make it black and white. Nah, her color's so beautiful. Command Z, undo. Filter. Similar, but different. Saves you the trouble of doing all the work. Just use the built-in filters. Do I want to crop this image? Sure. Maybe get rid of some of the couch. Focus on her. Is there anything here I want to remove, aka clean up? Not really. There's nothing here that I want to remove, but let's say I want to get rid of this little line right there, that blue line. Drag across it. What blue line? Maybe about this little red extension there. Get rid of that. You got the idea. Nothing really an obstruction in this photograph, just a beautiful dog. I'm going to say done. That's it. I go back to the screen, the main screen. There's Kinsey. I made it a favorite. I double tap. There's the heart. You know, I really didn't like the changes I made, but I really did. But if you didn't, and you worked with the wrong photo, you go to edit, and you go back, revert to original. Nah, I like it the other way. Can I do a Command Z? Yeah, I can. So it's mistake proof. Have no fear. If you don't like the way it looked, you can undo it. The best thing to do is, of course, is make a duplicate. So let's click done. We'll go back to the main screen. Either click here or press the escape key on your keyboard. That's always in the upper left-hand corner. And let's see, if I take a duplicate, here's Sparky. There's Sparky. I'll make a duplicate. Can I do it from here? Can I do a right click? Duplicate photo. Yeah. So now if I press the escape key, there's Sparky 1, there's Sparky 2. Double tap, make it a favorite. Click on the information button with a little canine in it. There's the icon of a canine. I click on it, it'll tell me what breed Sparky is. Karen Terrier, maybe. I've seen different names come up for Sparky. Another image had him as a Norfolk Terrier. The bottom line is, we know he's a terrier. That's all I care about. I know he's loved. And of course, he is a favorite. That's it. I'm going to leave here. I'm not changing anything, pressing the escape key or the arrow key. And that's where we'll stop our video. A little bit of a view of what we can do, a high-level view with the photo app here in our Mac. Hope you enjoyed it.